Hello, welcome to another video. So recently I finished my first semester of art university and finished my course of 3D contemporary art. And of course we had a final project to do, which was to make a 3D artwork using any of the techniques that we were taught during the semester. So either ceramics, sculpture techniques, glass or jewelry techniques. I ended up going for a sculpture, though I did also want to include some glass elements in there as well. Also, I'm a little bit sick, so if you hear that in my voice, excuse me, I'm almost recovered. But anyway, I really wanted to be ambitious with this piece, so I wanted to go all out and do a pretty big sculpture. Unfortunately, clay is heavy, so my thinking was that I would make a armature out of wire and tape. That way there's something to kind of hold up the clay and it wouldn't just collapse on itself. Unfortunately, as you can see, I used pretty thin wire, so it wasn't actually that strong. So I had problems with that later on. I started by just building up clay. There's this whole meaning behind it that I sort of had an idea about. I don't think it really translated that well in the final piece, but it was about exploiting nature and the exploitation of what's beautiful in nature. Even the gloomy days. I did use a plastic bag to kind of support it, but it's me freaking out because I was convinced the sculpture was going to collapse. Terrifying stuff. Then I moved on to the glass aspect of the sculpture, so I made molds of my hands and my fingers, and I poured molten glass in them, and I've made these, glass casts of my hands.
They're a bit big, I don't know if they'll fit in the sculpture, but I might make some smaller ones, like just my knuckles.
I didn't end up making casts of my fingers because glass takes time, so I tried cutting the glass. That way I'd have smaller chunks to work with, but I don't think it worked that well, to be honest. I did use a couple, but I didn't like it that much, so I ended up just doing the faster version, which was making slip casts of my knuckles and fingers. These set in like 20 minutes, so it's a great thing to do if you need a plan C like I did.
It's kind of falling apart super easily. Whoa, that's kind of cool though. So I have my little array of fingers and knuckles here. I don't know if I'll use them because, yeah, they're quite crumbly. I'm afraid they could just break super easily, but the teacher's not here, I don't have that much time, and I don't know how to fix it, so I might just have to go with it, unfortunately. I like the fingers, so I think I might do more of those. Yeah, they're interesting.
Yeah, so I didn't actually get the ratio correct, so it wasn't rock hard like it was supposed to be. I mean, they don't look great, but it's better than nothing, I guess. And yeah, after that I started to sculpt in some texture for the fur, and I tried to kind of make the shapes flow with the form, so I don't know, some movement kind of aspect.
Sitting on my own in a hotel room on a rainy day.
I'm definitely having second thoughts about everything. I don't have that much time left, and this idea isn't working, so I might just have to cut it in half. I'll figure it out.
I didn't end up cutting the sculpture in half. I really wanted to include the head for some reason, so I thought I would sculpt and add the head on, but keep the chest and the arms exposed, so that you could see the metal armature underneath. And I guess the concept could be cool because it kind of looks artificial and man-made, which kind of works with my theme. I guess it could have been a cool idea, but it looked kind of stupid. Yeah, my thinking was that the hands would be grabbing and reaching for the animal, so it's kind of representing the greed in the human race as we try to take what's beautiful for ourselves, but I guess by doing that it's no longer beautiful, and by trying to take it for ourselves it becomes unnatural. I don't know why I ended up gouging out the eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul, so I thought I would try to disconnect the audience from the animal. And now it was time for the most terrifying part, which was putting this up for display on the shelves. This thing was bloody heavy, so I had to put it on a trolley and carry it around that way. And it was also starting to lean forward because it was just, the head was too heavy. So I tried using a string attached to the neck and to a nail at the bottom, at the back, so that way we kind of pull the head up, if that makes sense. Hopefully it won't collapse.
Tell me that you feel it too. Tell me that you need me.
Oh my god.
Tell me that you need me too.
So this is the finished piece. Look, it's definitely not in my comfort zone. I usually paint and draw, so I can't, you know, I'm proud of myself, but it's not the piece that I'm proud of, if that makes sense. I tried my best, that's what I'm proud of.
Tell me that you need me.
I hope you enjoyed this video, even though the artwork might not have been top-notch. It was still a fun process and I learned a lot. Thanks for watching. Check out my social media and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you need me too. Sitting on my own in a hotel room on a rainy day. Sitting on my own with an old guitar, and I'm far away.